my kids are young adults and they work regular jobs, and to hear them talk, it's very interesting. It's like their whole reality is based on on coping mechanisms, building coping mechanisms, so they can recover in between times when they're dealing with the public, you know. and and I imagine a lot of humanity is like that. It's like people, prepare themselves to go and deal with other humans, because of dealing with other humans is very stressful. It's difficult. It's, you know what I mean? Maybe the work situation is difficult, the boss situation, or, whatever. So a lot of humans are in this relationship to the larger human family in one of stress, and one of not wanting to deal, right? Some people would even maybe assume that working a 9 to 5 is something that like will suck the soul right out of you, which can be the case. It can, that absolutely, all those things can be the case. But what I want to, the idea that I want to weave in here is that it doesn't have to be that way, because we are interconnected with all of reality. We're interconnected with nature. We are interconnected with the realm of atoms and molecules, of elemental beings, of earth beings, of cosmic beings. We are interconnected with all these levels, that it's possible for us to dream into being whatever it is that we want, whatever it is that suits us. Okay. So maybe, it's time to start dreaming into being the perfect work situation. Okay. That, what is really important for you to do, the circumstance is going to present. It's just a matter of showing up for it. Right. So I want to help you guys eliminate these ideas that are in your head that, if you do this, then that means that, right? If you do that, then that means this. I want you guys to eliminate that out of your head if you can, or at least start, working in meditation to delete those frame ups, because we are one with everything that's around us. The universe is constantly communicating with us. Whether we understand the communication or not doesn't matter. But settling in to the truth that the universe is constantly communicating to us. It's communicating to us through the circumstances that arises. It's communicating to us via the wind, via the raptors, the different animals that come into our awareness, or the spiders, or the ants, or, what I mean? It's constantly communicating to us. Maybe there's shapes happening in clouds, this is the universe always speaking to us, speaking to us, speaking to us. And it's not speaking to us about random stuff. It might feel random because of our frame up to reality, but it's all important. It's all significant. It's up to us to figure out what the significance is. It's up to us to translate. And this is where the art of divination starts to come into play. This is why so many different masters and sidhus and, kuyaks would do divination, is because it helps us translate the language that's being spoken to us on a second by second, moment by moment basis from the universe, right? So when you take that into consideration, opportunities that come to you are opportunities for you to discover something about yourself, or to step deeper into something for you. And these frame ups that tell us that if this, then that, those are very limiting. They're actually blinding us to the bigger picture that's trying to present. Okay. And this is why we talk about unwinding blind spots in Lightbody, because these blind spots are so thick and so heavy. Something can be, and I talk about this all the time, guys, but something could be right in front of your face. It could be right in front of your face your entire life. Your blind spot, our blind spots are so thick, we can't see it. We can't touch it. We can't sense it. We're completely oblivious to the existence, even though it might be something that we've always wanted to know, or something we've always wanted to have. It's like these blind spots are so thick, we won't be able to interact with it. But as soon as we go deep enough within and start dissolving and unwinding the depths of different agreements and belief systems and assumptions and all this stuff, we start unwinding the energy of that throughout time and space through the Akasha, and the blind spot gets lifted. All of a sudden, you're just driving down the road and, oh, look here, this thing you've been thinking about or wanting your whole life, right there. It's right in front of your face. It's quite literally, it's the biggest trip. And people have a hard time really understanding the depth of this until you experience it yourself. And this is something that's happened over and over again. And I've talked about this in the previous chat, but I just need to remind you guys this, because there are opportunities that are presenting to us that are everything that we've wanted. Okay. I'm talking about opportunities, like things that we talk to the universe about, that we want, that we desire, that we hope for. And the opportunity that presents is the universe saying, okay, we heard you. Here's the next step. And it may not be like, you can see the forest through the trees. I mean, a lot of times it's a step that all of a sudden takes a right turn. So you can't really see where the step's going, but the universe is offering this opportunity for that next step. Okay. And then it's going to offer another opportunity for another step. And as we unwind our blind spots and our frequency changes, we become more of that frequency match to what it is that we're asking for, what it is the universe is trying to give us. Okay. So just a little heads up to you guys, because the veils are so thin right now and we're getting answered immediately to things. And this is something that the Fey realm is really hard at work teaching us in Lightbody, that whatever it is that's really important for us, that we want, that we wish for, that we desire, that you know what I mean? It can happen like that. And they're showing us this over and over and over again in really profound ways. And right now, where a lot of us in Lightbody are, is that we're dealing with our shadow pieces around really having that kind of power to our access, right? So it's like, that's part of the journey here of waking up to who we really are and stepping into our interconnectedness and creating exactly what we want, is dealing with the fact that we are realizing how powerful and potent we actually are in these biosuits walking around this planet. Okay. Or in this realm, I should say. That's more accurate to me. In this realm, we are so powerful. It's just, we're trained and we're also terrified of our own power. So we start to collude with our own blind spots. And that's where community really comes in and can be very helpful.